Hello, everybody. My name is Holly Marchello, and I am an area manager from Collingwood, Ontario. And I just want to thank Dina for asking me to share my tips on having a successful 15-minute Facebook party in regards to booking, executing, and following up that will help you end in sales and sponsoring. Just a little backstory about how I stumbled upon this. I came across a training called Cracking the Code to Virtual Parties by ENVP Jessica Champagne. And I knew that there were some members of her team going to MVP at super speed, so I decided to take a look at it. After doing online parties with little to no success and no longer able to connect with people in person, I was honestly scared about the future of my business until I found this system. After listening to the training, I loved what I heard and saw, and so I dove in and taught myself how to do them by following the step-by-step detailed instructions in this training and this more. I didn't overthink it, I just did it, and I shared my newfound discovery with my amazing sponsor and upline VP, who is also my mother, Marlene Gardner. We were both searching for a way to showcase the newly launched products from GTC online, since we were unable to showcase them at our annual open house and spring client appreciation event. And that happens to be my favorite and most successful in-person client event of the year. But due to social distancing, it wasn't able to happen. And I found that this method of the 15-minute Facebook parties was absolutely perfect. I also had two very good clients message me excited about the new products that were launched after seeing me post about them, and I asked them if they would both host a 15-minute Facebook party for me if I gave them one of the new products that was launched for free, and they both agreed. So on the Sunday after GTC, I hosted my own new product launch with my clients and network in the afternoon, and then I had two of the regular 15-minute Facebook parties in the evening. And for me, it all started with those three parties, and let me share what it resulted in by the end of the month. Before GTC, our area was sitting just under 5,000 QV, which I was quite happy with as a maintaining area. And between the new product launch and implementing these 15-minute Facebook parties, we were able to close out the month with a little over 20,000 QV and a total of 25 new signups in our area, all of which came after GTC except for one. So needless to say, I was blown away by our results in just 12 days. But it didn't just happen. It took lots of hard work, but it was really fun and easy to do and easy to duplicate to my team also. Those that jumped on board with this new system for virtual parties saw amazing results also. And I think that is what most excited me about this, is that anyone that wants to do this can do it. It's simple and easy and low commitment for the hostess. I've actually had people host for me in the last couple of weeks that have been saying no to me for years. Not just saying no, but completely ignoring my messages when I asked them to host in the past. So not only that, I was personally able to execute 14 15-minute Facebook parties and sign up 16 new PCs all in 12 days. Like, I was blown away. They only take 15 minutes to execute, so you can do multiple in a week or even multiple in a day. This 15-minute Facebook party virtual system is by far the quickest and easiest format, yielding the best results that I've ever seen or tried in my 7 years with Arbonne. They only stay up for 48 hours, so they don't drag on, and I'm getting clients from all over the country, from coast to coast, and from other countries that Arbonne is in that I wouldn't normally be possible to meet these people at in-person presentations. So if you want to build a global team, I believe this is one of the fastest ways to meeting connections in different countries and to grow your network considerably. Where I was at a point in my business where I felt I'd run out of people to talk to and that no one would host for me, I ended up hosting 14 parties with 16 new PCs in 12 days. So I want to share my tips for before, during, and after the party to help you with sales and sponsoring also. So I have a couple tips for getting started. First of all, you have to host one yourself, because you cannot ask others to do what you're not willing to do for yourself. That goes for both your hostesses and your team. Number two, don't wait to be perfect. You only get better by doing, not by thinking about doing. I mean, I've had some disasters. I've dropped products on the floor, stumbled over my words massively, been distracted by my kid crying in the next room. I've had text messages coming in on my phone while I was presenting, but I was just genuine and honest, and I showed my passion and love for Arbonne, and it worked. So don't wait to be perfect. Tips for booking. I recommend 30 minutes in between each party if you're going to do more than one in the night. And I also suggest booking 2 to 3 of these per night on the nights that you choose to normally work your Arbonne business. So what I suggest is figuring out what your month-end goal is to figure out how many nights per week you want to work and how many parties you need to book each week. For example, if you are going to complete your district manager promotion in 1 month, you need 6,000 QV. Each party has an average of about 500 QV. That means you would want to do a minimum of 12 parties in a month, so 4 per week. I like to do mine in the evening when my toddler's asleep, and I find that this is when most guests can finally sit down and relax and listen in with little to no distractions. I usually do 2 to 3 parties on my working nights. I like to do them at 8, 8:30, and 9. It's what works for me because of my child and what time she goes to bed. So find whatever works for you. Our team has, training calls and calls every Monday and Wednesday night that I am committed to. So I book my parties on either Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Sunday evenings. I have done Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons as well, but I find that the immediate follow-up can be tricky during the day when people have watched the live but then are off busy with the rest of their day and their weekend. So I like to do them in the evenings, but I wouldn't say no to a weekend party either. So when asking for bookings, I let them know that I'm reaching out to ask them a favor. I tell them that I'm working towards a goal, towards a promotion, and I could use their help. I say to them, if I gave you a free product, would you be willing to host a 15-minute Facebook party? It's easy and low maintenance for the hostess, you. All you have to do is invite your guests to the group and watch me go live for 15 minutes when it's convenient for you. I would be so grateful if you could spare a 15-minute window of time to help me in the next week. Are you willing to do that with me? When I tell them that I'm going for a goal, I ask them for help and tell them that it's really only 15 minutes of their time. I'm getting lots of yeses. Of course, that free product offer helps too. I always try to book for the week coming up and not too far in advance. I don't like to book out next month. I like to book out next week. So honestly, you never know who you're going to meet at that party that might host for you or join your team the following week. So don't delay it. Tips for hostess coaching. This is so important to partner with your hostess to make a successful event. And also, the majority of our hostesses are going to turn into consultants. So you want to create that relationship, partner with them, and help them have a successful event from the very beginning. So I recommend setting up your hostesses group at least 48 hours before the party starts. I start by just adding the cover photo and the group description. All of that can be found in the training s'more. And then before I schedule any of the other posts in the party, I contact my hostess to do some hostess coaching. We were always taught to do this before in-person group presentations, so I decided to implement those same strategies to these virtual parties. Before I add the hostess to the group, I send her a message to do some hostess coaching with tips on who to invite, how many people to invite, and to think a wide scope of the countries we're in and not just your own backyard. And then teach them a hack for quick inviting. So there's actually 3 parts to the initial hostess coaching that I send. And part 1 is the message with those tips. So this is what it sounds like when I send the message to the hostess. Thank you so much for agreeing to host a 15-minute Facebook party for me. I feel like so many people need to hear the power of Arbonne's pure and safe products, especially right now. Your group is all set up and I've sent you an invite to it. Once you accept it, I will make you an admin to the group and you can start inviting your guests. I will send you a mock invite that you can copy and paste to each guest with the link to the party group. I do recommend inviting guests individually through Messenger because mass inviting never has a good turnout. I also encourage you to invite people from all over the country as well as the other countries we are in, like the UK, US, Australia, New Zealand, or Poland. And I do recommend inviting at least 30 to 50 people to have 5 to 20 people accept. Don't worry, I've got a hack where you can easily invite that many people personally in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm sending you a little tutorial video on how to do that in the group so you can see what I mean, as well as the invite template to send with it. Let me know if you have any questions. So that is the message I send to the hostess after I set up their group. Part 2 of the hostess coaching is me sending them a video that I've simply made on my phone, showing them step-by-step instructions, how to share the link in the group. It's really, really simple. I actually just pointed my phone at my computer and made the little video. It's, you know, so easy for anybody to do, and it's been such a helpful tool. And there is 2 steps to inviting, so you need to make sure they do both steps. Step 1 is to share the copy and paste invite message with the link to the group in private messages to her guest list. Right below the group cover photo in your private group is a button labeled share. So if you click on that and change the share to sharing in a private message, away you go. Step 2 is to click the invite friends button on the group, which can be found down the right-hand side of the group for those that you've just sent the link to. This way, when the guests click on the link to accept the invitation to the group, they're automatically going to be added to the group instead of an admin, either you or the hostess, having to go and manually accept them into the group. So both steps are shown in the video that I send to my hostess. Step 3 for the hostess coaching is to send them the mock invite for them to copy and paste into this message they're sending. And my copy and paste message simply says, hello, I'm having a Facebook party Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will only be about 15 minutes, and we'll talk about toxin-free healthy living. There will be product raffles and giveaways, and I think you'll love it. Don't worry if you can't catch it live. The replay will be available for 48 hours in the group. Here is the link so you can join. So that is a copy and paste message that I send to them, and they can go ahead and invite. I always make sure to state the time zone when you're mentioning times, as you never know where in the world your guests will be tuning in from. After my hostess has read and understood the inviting process and how it works, I make them an admin to the group and leave them to invite. This is so important to make sure that they're thinking that wide scope of people and not just people in their backyard, and also that they know that they need to invite a lot of people to get a few guests. So a few more setup tips. Be sure that you go in and manually turn on the group notifications for all the posts. The groups are not preset that way. So in the group, again, directly under the cover photo, you'll see a button beside the share button called notifications. Just select all posts. I also like to pre-schedule all of my posts for before and after the party. That way I don't have to worry about it at party time, and I can just concentrate on the guests. One post that I added into addition that's not into the training s'more is I like to add the 60-second video from Arbonne about the B Corp and our sustainability goals, because it's something that means a lot to me, and I like to share that in my party. I really stress how important it is to me that we're going to be a zero waste company. And people really relate to that, and they love it. So I like sharing that, but share something maybe that speaks to you. And again, we can't share before and afters, but we can share a testimonial of how the products has transformed our lives and how the business has transformed our lives. If you need help keeping it compliant, just speak to your upline. Don't post anything with prices. This is so key. Don't put the link to the catalog. Don't put the link to your website. Our goal of these parties are to sell bundles, which are PC signups. And you want to keep it simple. Just like if we were at an in-person presentation, you would have your close sheet with the different options of packages that are available to your client. This is exactly what we're doing them. We just call them bundles. So this is why I believe these parties are so successful, because we all know that a confused mind will say no. And showing somebody everything in the catalog, all 400, 500 products, without any direction can be really confusing, really overwhelming, and they'll say no. I would rather start a conversation with the guest and make personal recommendations based on their interests, needs, and budget than just sending them the link to the catalog. However, sometimes people do request it, And I'll be sure when I send them the link to the catalog in a private message that I let them know that none of the deals and special offers in the party video are mentioned in the catalog. So be sure to contact me so I can help them get the best price. 24 hours prior to the party, we want to do some relationship building. So first of all, I go in and I send a friend request to every person in the group. Those that accept my friend request, I send them a personal message saying, "Hi, thank you for connecting with me and joining Dina's Healthy Living Party. I hope you enjoy it." Leading up to the scheduled party time, I make sure I'm constantly going into the group, a couple times a day, checking in for new guests that joined and make sure I friend and connect with them also. Those that don't accept my friend request, I still send them a message. I just leave out the thanks for connecting part and I add in when the party's happening. So it sounds something like this. "Hi, thanks for joining Dina's Healthy Living Party. I'll be going live in the group tonight for 15 minutes at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I hope you can join us." That's all I say. If I get a message back with them having to say that they're busy at that time and can't hop on, I will let them know that the recording will be there for 48 hours so they still have time to watch it. I want to make sure that everybody knows how they can watch the party. Number two, another way to engage with guests leading up to the party is through the post about adding a GIF and the post about the poll. So regarding the GIF, I like to ask them to drop a GIF to share how they know the hostess, and that has led to some pretty genuine conversations and some good laughs also. I try to compare it to what would happen if I went to a party in person where I hadn't previously met any of the guests before besides the hostess. Upon introduction, you would probably likely share some small talk and get to know each other first. You're not just going to walk into a room of strangers at a party and immediately go into a 15-minute speech about yourself and your business. So I try to apply that to the virtual party too. I try to create connections, start conversations, and build relationships and trust. Also, number three, please comment on every single comment that they post, every GIF, every question in the group. Make sure you're communicating to them. Don't leave your guests hanging. And it will also encourage others to comment and post also. So a little more hostess coaching I do on the day of the party. I ask the hostess to please post a testimonial, either a picture of themselves with their favorite product or a picture of the product, and share what they love about them, how you guys met, and that they're excited to see everybody at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, whatever time your party is. So the testimonial from the hostess is just third-party validation that, she loves Arbonne also. And if your hostess happens to be local, I have dropped off some samples a few days prior, especially if they're not already a client, or you want your client to try a different line from what they're normally using. But don't worry if that's not possible, because most of mine haven't been local. Sometimes I've actually rebooked a party from another party before that person even receives their order to try anything. And it's all good. It works. I just have the hostess share how we met, that they're excited to share what they learned at the party they attended with all of their guests, and that they hope they can join us live for 15 minutes at such and such a time. If the party is a new consultant launch, then in place of the hostess testimonial, he or she will go live for 3 to 5 minutes the day of and share their why story, in addition to all the points I just mentioned above. About 1 hour before the party starts, I message the hostess one more time to say how excited I am for their party. I ask them to please jump on live right away because I'll wait for them to be on watching live with me before I start. And I also ask them to engage, comment, and chat in the chat box during the video to encourage their guest participation. And we have added in one more important piece of information. We have asked the hostess specifically not to make the live video a watch party, because it makes it hard to see the comments in the video afterwards for follow-up. So far, thankfully, it hasn't happened to me, but it's happened to a few of my teammates, and I'd rather avoid the chance of it happening altogether by sharing that one piece of information with the hostess. And I usually do that right before so that they don't forget. Tips for during the party. Share your relationship with the host and edify them. Just like you would at the start of any in-person presentation. Show your bond and share what you love about them to demonstrate your connection. People will automatically start to let their guard down and begin to like and trust you. I also believe that we should only share products that we love and that we use at home. Otherwise, it won't be authentic and it will sound more like a sales pitch. Be genuine. We state right in the party that we're going to show them how we use Arbonne products at home to add health to our daily routine. So be sure that you're sharing products that you actually use regularly. Be excited and show your passion and love for Arbonne. You don't have to be perfect, just be you. I mean, I've had some doozies. I've had, dropping products on the floor, mixing up my words, hearing my 2-year-old screaming in her bedroom. I just kept laughing it off. They were all successful. People want to see real, which is why I love that the script in the s'more is an outline and not a full script, so that everyone can truly make it their own and speak from their heart. So 10 tips for after the live video. I think these are so important to closing the party with sales and sponsoring and even booking more parties. So 10 tips for after the live video. Number 1, immediately post the link to your client group in the comments. This not only enters your new guests into the raffle, but it immediately grows your network and adds names to your 100-person list by getting these new contacts into your client group. Number 2, make sure all of your pre-scheduled bundles posted. We've had some glitches with Facebook in the last week or so, so just make sure you go in and that all those scheduled bundled posts will post after. And if they didn't, you can just go in and click post now to ensure that they do post. People are expecting to see those bundles. Number 3, like I said, like and comment on every single comment from both the host and the guests. Make conversation and create connections. Number 4, anyone that requests the link to the 30 Days to Healthy Living or any info at all, I comment under the video back saying, I'll be sending you that information in a personal message shortly. That way they know that you've seen their request for information, but it buys you some time while you're responding to all the other guests at the party and maybe even sometimes following up with multiple parties in the same night. Number 5, in the personal message to the guest, I ask lots of questions to base my product recommendation on before I send out any links or any pricing information. For example, I will ask them, what is your biggest health challenge or health goal? Or if I had a magic wand and could change one thing about your skin or your health, what would it be? Number 6, address how the products can help with their concern. Be compliant. For example, if people say they want to improve their eating habits, share how the 30 Days to Healthy Living program has helped improve your eating habits and lifestyle. Number 7, always ask for the next step in the follow-up before sending the next piece of information. So what I like to say is, what I would like to do is send you the link to the 30 Days to Healthy Living program as requested. And then I would like you to message me once you've watched it so we can discuss your options. Would that be okay with you? Most of them say sure, and even some of them watch it right away. And, that way I get to ask lots of questions to help lead them to the decision on either the 30 Days, the Breakfast Club, or I can create a bundle that suits them. Number 8, when sharing pricing information of the products, I like to use this strategy, and it has been working for me. First, I review everything that's in the bundle. How many products, how long they'll last, and show the value of what they're going to be getting. Secondly, I tell them the full retail value of the individual products in the bundle without any set specials, which can include the value of the free product if they're getting a free product when their order qualifies for it with the 250 QV. Third, I explain the PC sign up and how it works and what their account gets them. Okay, so this is what this strategy would sound like in a message to me if I was chatting about the 30 Days to Healthy Living kit in Canada. These are Canadian prices because that's what I know. So the kit comes with, I would list all the items. I'm not going to do that now. 60 servings of protein, 60 servings of fizz sticks, yada, yada. I will list all of that. I'll tell them the kit is actually available at 40% off. Plus, you're going to get a free greens balance And all of the products I mentioned have a retail value of $577, but as my preferred client, you can get it for $314.70 plus free shipping and another free gift from me for ordering before the party closes. To become my PC, there is a one-time sign-up fee of $20, which allows you to shop online at 20 to 40% off for one full year, plus have access to other exclusive deals and offers. How does that sound to you? So I don't just send them a price. I tell them what they're going to be saving, what's in the bundle, and what that preferred client account is going to allow them to do for the next year. You know, some say great right away, and I go ahead and take their order. Some come back and say it's outside of their budget, in which case I will suggest either the Breakfast Club or I'll work with them to create a bundle in their budget. Number 9, I get them on the phone when possible. This is so key, especially when discussing the 30-day program, even before it gets to price. So you can assure them that you'll be there to help them and coach them. They need to trust you and that you aren't just going to sell them some products and disappear. Number 10, people are craving connections and are open to talking and sharing their goals. So ask lots of questions instead of giving lots of information. I've had some pretty incredible conversations with complete strangers over the last couple last couple weeks. So I find that the messaging usually starts to slow down around 10:30 at night, and then it all starts up again with follow-up for the next day. So tips for the day after the party and leading up to the close of the party. Number 1, as orders come in, post a thank you picture. Share what they ordered and what their free gifts they got with a picture of those free products also. It shows other people in the group what other people are doing and will encourage others to order also. Number 2, tips for free products with purchase offer. So we offer a free product when somebody purchases a bundle in the party before it closes in 48 hours. This can be based on what they ordered. I've given away things like makeup primers, a box of fizz, or eye gel masks when people purchase bigger items like nutrition ASVPs or RE9 sets. However, with what the majority of our team is now doing is that we have decided to gift the new Botanique's concentrated shower gel. It is such a great price point. You get 40 uses out of it, and anybody can use it. What we do to save time and money is add the free gift to their shopping cart and pay for it ourselves while placing the client order. They already have free shipping with their bundle and their qualifying PC sign up, plus you're going to get the PC commission right back on your paycheck the following Tuesday. So instead of ordering the product separately out of your account, waiting for them to ship to your house, then paying to ship them out again, this is a way more efficient way of doing it. For local hosts, I've used my second I Want It All from GTC or other items I've had on hand to drop it off to their house. But that being said, most of the people that I've signed up are not local. So I really like that we can just add the shower gel to the order and it arrives with them in very timely fashion. Number 3, follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. Message everyone in the group that watched the video but didn't engage with you. Thank you for joining and ask them what intrigued them most about what they heard. Try to strike up a conversation with them and see where their interests lie. Message everyone in the group that hasn't watched the live video yet and ask them, have you had a chance to watch the party video yet? When they reply yes, I again ask them what intrigued them most about what they heard, which will hopefully lead to a product recommendation. And if no, I let them know that the party will be closing tomorrow at such and such a time, and so will the raffles and giveaways. If they would like to know how to have an opportunity to get some free products before the party closes, make sure that they have enough time to go back and watch the video so that they have a chance to place an order or enter the raffle. Check in with your hostess always and let them know what is happening. Talk to them about their interests, talk to them about the business, share with them how their friends and family can be ordering from their website instead of your website, and that you can help them start their very own virtual business by doing these 15-minute Facebook parties too. Let them know what's in it for them. So the morning the party closes, you're going to do 4 things. First, you're going to post an image saying last chance for free products and remind everybody what time the party will close that day. You can tag everyone in the group so they see it, whether they, friends with you or not. Number 2, you're going to I like to go live in the group again quickly, just for a minute or two, Remind everybody about the raffle, what the raffle prizes are, remind them of the gift with purchase offer, and that you're going to be back in the group tomorrow to draw the winner of the raffle after the party closes. Number 3, I continue to follow up throughout the day and send private messages to everybody that showed interest but hasn't responded yet. And number 4, if they love what they heard, but they just can't afford to purchase right now because a lot of people aren't working, ask them to start with a small order to support their hostess and then book a party with them to help them earn the rest of their wish list through their host rewards. I've done a lot of that. Offer them a free product off their wish list too, just to encourage the booking, so they're going to get something free regardless of the outcome of the party. Okay, so the day after the party closes, I go in to the party live and do the raffle draw. And I like to use a website called wheelofnames.com. What I do is I have my wheel of names up on my computer, and then I go live in the group from my phone. And when I'm ready to spin the wheel and draw the winner, I just flip my phone around to show the computer and I do the draw live. Number 2, before I spin the wheel, I get really brave. And this has been huge in the success of my rebooking of parties, I think. I really go out on the skinny branch and I ask everybody in the party for help. I really have honestly booked multiple parties this way. So I go in live, I tell them I'm going to do the raffle, but before I'm going to do the raffle, I ask them for their help. I thank all the guests for being a part of the party. I thank those that ordered because they helped the hostess earn their rewards. And I thank the hostess and share what they earned. For example, I let them know that their hostess just earned $300 worth of Arbonne products for only $70 and that I can help them do the same. So I shared with them that I have a goal, a huge goal that I'm trying to reach by the end of the month, and that I need to book 5 more 15-minute Facebook parties in the next week. If they could possibly spare a 15-minute window of time between now and next week to help me, I would be so grateful. I will gift them a free product just for hosting, and then I will partner with them, just like I did with their hostess, to help them earn their host rewards. Then I spin the wheel of names for the raffle, and I end the party. So there's a couple things that I like to do after the party. Number 1, again, I will ask guests that ordered or that were not able to order to host directly. If they haven't messaged me already to say, yes, I'll host, I do ask each of them directly in a private message. Number 2, keep talking to your hostess about the business. They might have said no in the beginning, but once they see the outcome of the party, they might start to think otherwise. Number 3, what do you do if your party's a bust? I've had 3 out of those 14 parties that were a complete bust. No interaction, no sales. And that's why you really want to overbook your calendar to reach your goals, because not all of them are going to be successful. Offer the hostess the opportunity to order whatever they want at your wholesale discount. They'll still get a really great deal on products, right? 35 to 50% off if they go for the ASVP, just for hosting. And you will still manage to get some QV from a dud party. I then also ask the hostess, when the hostess does take advantage of this, I add her hostess gift that I promised them for hosting, and I send it along with that order again, so I don't have to pay to ship it and it doesn't take extra time. Another thing I like to do, number 4, is send thank you cards to the hostess and every single person that ordered, especially my new PCs. In the new PC thank you card, I include their login information and how to access their new Arbonne account and how they can shop online. I thank them for trusting me to be their independent consultant and that they can reach out to me anytime. I also include my contact info and either a tea bag or a fizz as an extra thank you, something they didn't already get in their order. So what to do with all these new contacts in your VIP group for all these product raffles? Because my network grew like overnight. And I love this component of the party because it allows us to build our network of contacts and prospects to add to our 100 name list. It also exposes them to our incredible culture by sharing about things like our Flourish Foundation and our many different product lines and exclusive PC offers. So be sure to be actively posting daily about different products or the amazing things that Arbonne does. To be compliant in doing this, I simply go to the Arbonne or Arbonne Canada Facebook page. I take the text and the image right from there, and then I copy and paste it into my VIP group adding how I use that product daily and a picture of someone in my house using that. So for example, Canada has a BOGO on the lemon ice bars, and I posted a picture of my daughter eating a bar last week. So try to, show them again how you're using Arbonne in your daily life. And it's pretty incredible. I've had brand new PCs clients in my group for a couple of weeks that have ordered some different product lines that I've been posting in my VIP group. So be sure that you're active in exposing them to the Arbonne culture and products. In closing, I want to share again that the fortune is in the follow-up. Follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. I want to share a couple stories of how this really helped me at month end. At 11:30 p.m. on close night, I was still 500 QV away from my goal. I was talking to a new guest that I'd met in British Columbia, which is a 3-hour time difference from me. And I literally followed up with her at least 5 to 7 times within the 48 hours, but I still hadn't heard back. But when you consider the 3-hour time difference, she was just getting home from work, finishing her dinner, and was happy to help her hostess earn rewards. And that's another thing I gotta say, is that I always make it about the other person. My goal of getting these orders is to help my hostess earn host rewards, not to earn commission. I mean, it is, but when you put the focus on somebody else and you try to help other people will be joining in helping them. So another way I got a crazy order on month end is that I actually decided to do a 15-minute Facebook party on close night, which I would never normally do. I never book a group presentation on close night so I can focus on close. But I figured, they're only 15 minutes, so why not do it? And I ended up building a relationship with a girl in the party over maple syrup, crazy about where our families lived and grew up. But we shared a couple stories back and forth, and we became friends. And so when we were talking after the party on close night, I was bold enough to ask for the order. And she was considering doing the 30-day program, and when she asked me if she had to order that night, I said, no, you don't have to order tonight. But I did share that I was really close to completing a huge goal. And that if she thought she wanted to do the program, I would really appreciate it if she would order that night. So she informed me she wanted to talk it over with her mom first because she wasn't working and was worried about the funds. And I said, no problem. I honestly didn't expect to hear back from her till the next day, which was fine. But what I didn't expect was her calling me back just before midnight to tell me that she was in. And she talked to her mom and she wanted to do it. And she pushed me over the mark to earn my very first area manager achiever award for the first time in 2 years of being in area. So I just want to say, don't ever give up. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. So be brave, be yourself, share your passion and love for Arbonne, and these parties will just be awesome.